Hi, this is Mandy with the Alva Public Library, and today I am going to explain how our books are cataloged and how you can find them. Our online library or catalog is online at alva.biblionics.com. I'll put the address down in the description. So when you look up a book online or in the online catalog, you see that we have the book and like, yay! But how do I find it in the library? So I will be helping you figure out how to decipher where that book is. Alright, so to find its location, it's this number and letters right here. It can also be found on the side of the book here. Okay, so the F is for fiction. And if it has numbers like this one, that means it's a nonfiction. Fiction is a made-up story. Nonfiction is a real story. So numbers, nonfiction, F, fiction. All right, let's look at the next set of numbers. So B368A. What does that mean? That is the author's last name. Unless we are looking at a biography, then it is about the person's last name. So instead of the author Morris, we have Edison as their name. This is the only exception to the rule. So this is the author's name, and how I get this number, we use the Cutter Sanborn 3-figure author table. And so I just look at the last name, Bear. We go in here and B-E-A-R, Bear, right there. And voila, the number is 368. So that's the number I put in. And on this one, Deheim, I'll give you another example of how this works. It's an old book. Come on. There we go. D-A-H. So we have a D-A-H and then it skips down to D-H-L. So there's a gap in between there. We round up. So the D-A-H-E-I-M, E is before L, so I'll go with this number, D129. D129. And then there's also some of them where Schmitz, there's a bunch of Schmitz, and there's other last names that have multiple. They take the last name and the first letter of the first name. So this last name has a bunch of numbers assigned to it. So that's how that works. Okay. So that's what that means. What does the A mean? The A is the first letter of the title, All the Wind-Wracked Stars. And this is Scott's on the Rock, so S. So we got fiction, author number, title. Again, the exception of the rule for biographies, Edison, that's the last name of who it's about, and Morris, his last name becomes the last letter. So biographies are somewhat different. So next we go to this. What does SF mean? This means sci-fi, as you can see, or sci-fi or fantasy. We used to have a whole fantasy and sci-fi collection, but it wasn't being checked out much, so they got integrated in with just regular fiction. So if you're looking for a sci-fi one, on the online catalog you can type in science fiction, but if you're just browsing through the stacks and looking for a sci-fi, you need to look on the spine here for the SF to know if it's a sci-fi book. Now all the others, okay, and M is for mystery, CF is Christian fiction, W is Western, and this one, okay, this has CFLTE. This is a Christian fiction large type edition. So that's another thing you might see. And there's also J for juvenile, YA for young adult. Classic might have a number, or a letter after it. I don't remember. And so that's what these random letters after that means. So you look it online on a catalog and you see FHCF. So you're like fiction. All right. This area is our fiction, adult fiction. Now we've got the, so now you need to skip past the author and see to the Christian fiction. So that means you're going to this section and then you're going to go to H455. So fiction, Christian fiction, H445. So right there. That's where it came from. Okay. Now, a good thing about this system is, I'll use Patterson as an example because he's got 6 rows of his books, and you're looking for, let's say, TikTok. You're gonna have, if we didn't have this system, so you'd have to look through 6 rows of Patterson looking for TikTok. Except, remember the letter at the end? So P317 is Patterson's number. C, D, F, so all the way over here. So you can follow the alphabet. S, T. All right, we're 10th, 13th, 3rd, T. TikTok. Fiction, Patterson, T. Right here. Found it. Boom. So that is the good thing about this system. The bad thing is, let me use Lee Child and Lincoln Child. So Lee Child and Lincoln Child both have a last name of Child, and they also have a first name of L. So as I showed you in the Cutter book, they get the same exact number, and so there. And then we go by the by the title, so they get intermingled. So Lee Child, Lincoln Child, Lincoln Child. Lee Child, Lee Child. So if someone's coming along, oh look, all the Lee Childs. Oh, this is a new Lee Child book. No, it's a Lincoln Child. And so that's why you might find it kind of confusing when you come in here and like, hey, these are all mixed up. And they don't have the series in order. Like, why? Please do not reorganize the books, because as I just showed with the Patterson, it's really easy to find a single book. Now, if you are looking for a series, our wonderful librarian, Angela, she has started to put series numbers on the spines. She's done this for the Christian fiction and the YA and the juvenile so far. And so she gets the series name and what number it is, and she puts it on the spine. We haven't been able to do the fiction area. However, on the newer books, there's a if you'll pull it out and look right here, it'll have a number on it, like -1. So this is the first book. On the older books, it does not have that because it's too expensive and time-consuming to print all these out with the numbers. So if you're looking for a specific number in a series, just pull it out, look here on the barcode, and see if it has a number. Also on the catalog, or if you ask a librarian, we can look on the catalog and she has all the books in a series listed. So that is a way to find your series. All right. One other anomaly I want to point out is if you see a Q, that means it's not a large type book, it's just an oversized book. This doesn't fit on our shelves too easily, so we have special sections where the oversized books are, and they can fit. We've got it spaced out so they can fit. So a Q is a special section, and you might need help finding those, but there aren't too many of those. But that's what the Q means. And let's see, is there anything else? All right, on the online library, there is, if it shows overdrive in its location, that means it is on our online library where you can download it through your Kindle, iPhone, etc. It should also have it in the title there if it's an ebook or audiobook. So we don't have, unless the title is also listed with one of these numbers, we don't have the book in this physical format, only in overdrive. So if there's multiple copies of Harry Potter that show up, we do have a physical, which will have this, or it might say overdrive, which is online. So that's what overdrive means. Also on the catalog, if it's checked out, or if it's the color pink, it is checked out. So yeah, so that is how you decipher where our books are and where you can find them. And so I hope this helped explain how we do our books and how you can find your favorite authors. Hope you have a great day. Come check us out. Bye.